Good evening and welcome to Build Your Best Life with Coach Deborah D. Smith. I'm super excited to have you here today because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to join us here on Build Your Best Life. And I hope that you will enjoy your time with us today. Hey, 2023 is all about reach. It's all about reach. We each have an opportunity to reach out to other people. You know, you have choices when you encounter lousy behavior, unlawful acts, unethical behavior, rude, unkind people, and youth headed in the wrong direction. Now you can ignore it, you can add your 2 cents in, or you can reach out to attempt to make a difference. Think about it. Which will you choose? I hope it's to reach out. Please reach out. Come on in and like and share our broadcast for today. Make sure that you like my Build Your Best Life page so that I can see when you enter and I can give you a shout out and I can see the comments that you provide during the broadcast. You have to like my Build Your Best Life page, because if you're just friends on my Deborah D. Smith page, my personal page, then I will not be able to see you or your comments when I'm broadcasting on Build Your Best Life. And I want to see and engage with everyone. So please make sure you come in and like. Now, all of this month, we are talking about reaching to increase self-worth. Reaching to increase self-worth. Because if nothing else, you need to love yourself and you need to know what your values are and what your self-worth is, how you relate to life and everything that you encounter. What is your self-worth? What do you believe? What are your ethics, your values? Not what you see someone else do, not what you think, but what are the values and ethics that you live your day-to-day life with. Those are important. So today on Thursday Live with Coach Deborah, my topic is, which one are you? Which one are you? So I hope that you will enjoy this topic that I have for you today, because I think it really works in with our theme. Now, you know, life is constant. We continuously perform tasks, we think, we plan, we learn, we move, we do all sorts of things. But based on our self-worth, our character, and motivation, we make decisions. Some decisions are based on our self-worth, who we are, and taking the initiative to live without the manipulation or choosing to do what others are doing. We want to stand out, not fit in. Still, you know, there are many others in life that are lax, and they feel it is easier and safer to live based on the status quo. What is everybody else doing? Well, I'll just do that, and so then I'll be in a safe space. Well, that's not always good. But the one thing that we don't want to do is to allow others to tarnish our value, not to let others tarnish our value. Now, I want to tell you a little story as we start out today. Oh, but before I do that, I want to give a shout out to my oldest grandson. I still call him Little Dan, but today he turned 16 years old. So I want to give a big, warm, happy birthday to Dan Smith II. Little Dan, love you. So now I want to tell you this little story and hope that it resonates somewhere. Well, there was a man, and before he died, he said to his son, "Here's a watch that your grandfather gave to me. It is almost 200 years old. Before I give it to you, I want you to go to the jewelry store in the city and tell them that I want to sell it and see how much they offer you." The son went to the jewelry store. He came back to his father and he told him, "Well, they offered me $100 because it is so old." Remember, the watch was what? 200 years old. So the father then said, "Well, try the pawn shop." The son went to the pawn shop. He came back to his father and he said, "The pawn shop offered only $20 because it has a scratch on it." Okay, so someone said 100 because it's old. Someone said 20 because it was scratched. Well, then the father asked his son to go to the museum and show them the watch. The son quietly questioned his father's judgment. Why are you sending me all around with this watch? But in the end, he was willing to do what his father asked him to do. So he took the watch to the local museum. When he came back, he said to his father, "The curator offered me $375,000 for this very rare piece. to be included in their precious antique collection. Wow, from 100 down to 20, now $375,000. The father responded like this. He said, I wanted to show you that the right place will value you in the right way. I'm going to say that again. The right place will value you in the right way. Don't find yourself in the wrong place and get angry because you are not valued. Never stay in a place where someone doesn't see your value or you don't feel appreciated. So see, again, it's very important that you know your self-worth, because you don't need to hang around people that don't know what you're worth and don't value or appreciate your worth. Okay? Because if you don't know your value, then whatever someone tells you, then that's what you'll settle for, right? So, this is not just true in this instance of the story that I told, but it is true in all areas of your life. There are some family members that won't value you. There are organizations that won't value you. There is workplaces and managers, supervisors that won't value you, schools that won't value you, and other programs that will not value you. So you have to know what your worth is. Good evening, Gordon. Thank you for tuning in. So just like that watch in different places had different value, it was who all the son was talking to when he took it to the jewelry store. What did they say? $100. When he took it to the pawn shop, they said, "Hey, I'll give you $20." But when he took it to a museum and they realized how old it was and they wanted to put it in their antique collection, what did they say? $375,000, because they knew and valued the watch's worth. And you want people to value your worth as well. And I guess you say, well, why do you say I need family members to value me or they won't value me? Because that's just what happens in life. People marry for different reasons. People have children sometimes, and it really was not in their plans. They don't really know what to do, but they go on with, They go on with the process of raising the children, and they have them. So, I'm just going to do what I do. But a lot of times people don't value you. Now, I look at different shows on television. I was a big fan of the Have and Have Nots. I like, oh, no, I should remember. What is it with Tommy? His show that comes on now, what is it, Real Love or whatever? But everybody had asked me, they've been asking me for years, have you ever seen Love and Marriage? And I was like, no, that's nothing that I've ever watched. But as Tommy's show went off, I keep seeing these advertisements for the Love and Marriage. So I say, well, let me check it out, see what this is all about, because it looked very interesting. So I've seen, I think, 5 or 6 episodes. So for those of you who don't watch it like I wasn't watching, it's 3 couples, and they are getting together to do a co-op to build houses to help raise the value in Huntsville, Alabama. So they want to do this as to give back to their community. But again, it's 3 couples. 2 couples are married, and one have been dating for 7 years, and they're getting ready to get married. So I've seen that episode where they got married. But in one of the couples, this man just makes me so angry because he works hard and everything, but he and his wife, they made this pact that one of them would work and one would stay home and watch the kids until a certain time in the relationship. So the wife ended up staying home, not doing anything. And he's in real estate. He's a builder. And she has a real estate license, and she wants to utilize them. And he keeps telling her, no, you can't go back and say that you're not going to stay home now because you said you were going to stay home. It's the best thing to do for the family. So you got to stay home with the kids. What is your problem? I don't understand. She said, well, why did I, go to school to get my real estate license and pay the money to do it? He said, well, I figured that was just for fun. She would get angry and then she'd bring it up again. But each time he would say, no. And then you could see he's the type, well, she has the, completely take care of the family. She has to wash, cook, clean, all of that. He does nothing to assist, nothing. Don't drop the kids off anywhere, anything. She has to do it all. Doesn't want her to go anywhere. So she decides this one particular day that she's going to go to a breakfast with one of their friends and these three couples. And he was like, are you crazy? What do you mean you're going to breakfast? Why are you going? It's my day off. Why are you going somewhere? And she was like, this is something I want to do. I'm going. He said, but it's my day off. You're like, oh, okay, it's Saturday, okay. So she just gets dressed and she leaves. And he's just laying in the bed. And I think the oldest may be about 9, and then the others are younger. And so they come up and they like, Dad, you going to fix breakfast? Where's Mom? She's not here. So you're going to fix breakfast. And he's like, fix your own breakfast. I don't do breakfast. And they were like looking at him. So he goes downstairs and is like, okay, so what are you going to eat? What are you going to eat? And so they're looking at him and he's like, cereal? And they like, And then I think he offers one of them a waffle. And she said, but he don't pay her any attention. And so then he looks at his son. He said, well, how about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? And his son just looks at him. And he's like, why are you looking at me like that? Dad, I'm allergic to peanut butter. So this is how detached he is from assisting with the family altogether. He doesn't even know the child is allergic to peanut butter. So to me, he doesn't value his wife. He thinks that's all she's supposed to do. If she got a brain, she just need to just turn it off and don't try to use it. Just cook and clean, and that's all. So that, in my opinion, he doesn't value her. So that's when I say family members may not value you. That's an example to me. Okay. Another one is on your job. There are many people who sit and they don't do a good job at work, but then they expect to get rewarded. But when you are a person that has been raised the right way, and you believe that when you go to work that, everything I do it for the Lord, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. You show up on time, you're doing your work, you meet your deadlines, your work is good quality. You don't just follow the work and do it like a robot. You're thinking, you're processing stuff. You don't just do it routine. You might come up with a different method or whatever. And, you go to meetings and you're talking and they talk over you like you're not even there. Promotions come up. They never promote you. They don't have any reasons. You have the qualifications. You come up with a new process. I was sitting down and I know that y'all probably done this way for years. But I was looking at the new system that they implemented last year. We can pull a report from that system and load it up into our Excel spreadsheet, and it will calculate the information that we need, and we don't have to sit and do it manually. And, I've brought examples and showed you the process step by step, how it works. You can take it back. But I did prepare a PowerPoint that I would like to show you how this will work. So you do all this or whatever. They take it out. They just look at you. Yeah, I don't know. It might work. Then they go out of the meeting and take it to their boss and present it like they came up with it. They don't value you. So what do you just stick there, stay there? When you know without a shadow of a doubt that you have self-worth, you know the work that you're doing. It's not like you think you're all of that, but you know what you're doing. And you see that they don't value you. You need to, think about, hey, what am I going to do? I'm not going to just stay here. I'm not saying you just jump up and quit your job, but you prepare, what's the best next process for me? Do I need to take a lateral? Do I need to look for positions elsewhere in the company? Or is this company not for me? But you do your due diligence before you make a move. You continue to do a great job, but you don't stay where people don't value you or appreciate you. And like I said, this is with all areas of your life. If you put your money in a bank and all they do is charge you service fees, you're not getting interest on anything. You got a savings here, you got a Christmas club savings, you got a vacation savings. You might see a 10-cent interest here, a 5-cent interest here. They're not giving you anything for your money, and you know that you can put it in another bank. Has just a great reputation as the one that you have it in. They pay high interest not only on savings account but on your checking account as well. And you look at all the benefits and the fees that you're paying. They don't even charge those fees if you have a certain balance. Why are you sticking with them? You're not appreciated there. You need to move. Your self-worth means something. And so that's kind of what I'm getting to when I'm talking about you and your value, you and your self-worth. You don't ever, I always like to say, you don't dummy yourself down. You don't let someone say that you're less than what you know you are. When you prove yourself and you know that these are my ethics, I don't believe in cheating. I don't believe in stealing. I don't believe in throwing trash out of the window. I don't believe in these things. Well, whatever the circumstance, you don't allow anybody else to make you compromise and say, oh, shoot, nobody's around. Just go ahead and throw that out of the window. You just don't do that. And I got a good lesson in that one day when I was with my grandkids, two of them. And I was pretty good about not throwing things out of the window, but I think this was like this was a candy stick. That's what it was. So they'll tell me, they'll have it and they'll say, Nana, and they give it to me. So I gotta reach back and get it. So I was like, what is it? She said, it's my candy. I'm done. I said, well, roll the window down and throw it out the window. She was like, no. I was like, why? She said, here, Nana, here. So I was getting ready to go, Nana, you're not supposed to throw anything out the window. I was like, okay. So that taught me, I don't care what it is, you don't throw it out of the window. So from that day forward, when I had to pick them up, I would always make sure that I would take a bag to put the trash in. So, even though I said I was good about not littering, I was gonna, take that and do it. But, somebody reminded me, hey, if you don't litter, you don't litter. And she didn't care who I was. Nana, you don't do that. So, she didn't let me compromise her self-worth. And so that's what we have to do. Know your worth, follow it. Don't let others deter you. Hello, Dan. Thank you for tuning in as well. So to me, this is a big one as you reach out and know your self-worth, because as I've stated in some of the earlier segments, people don't always talk about self-worth. They talk about my self-esteem. They talk about being in self-control. They talk about things like that, maybe the ethics, but never what's inside me. What is my self-worth? What is it that I believe deep down inside that the things that I do in life, in all aspects of my life, is based on these values that I hold within me. Not anything I see outside, but these values that I hold inside of me. Well, young men, we need you to start early. Older men, we need you to remind yourself, hey, this is important, so you can be able to reach out to that young man. So when I'm talking about reaching this month, we're talking about reaching out to our young men and helping them up. So we need to begin to teach them that their self-worth is a lot, worth a lot, along with that credibility and their name, loving themselves. Self-worth is up there. Know what you are, what you know, what you believe in, and that is what you need to live and abide by. and you don't let others persuade you to do anything else. That's just, like I said, regardless of what it is, stealing, lying, whatever it is, taking drugs, whatever, you with your friends, you tell them there's certain things you don't do, but then they will, oh man, come on, you could try it one time, take a little puff puff. They just keep on, keep on, keep on till you do it. But if it's within you, your self-worth, that hey, that's not something that I want to do in life. I never know where I'm gonna go, where I'm gonna be. I don't know how that my body is gonna react to that. That's not something I want to do. Then I don't care how many times they offer it to you, you say no. And if they offer it to you too many times, you know what to do. What? Distance yourself. And you can't say, oh, well, you can't have a friend and not do what they do. Yes, you can. I'm here to attest to that because I had a friend. She was doing everything, and she was like, oh, you my best friend, or you my little sister, and I wouldn't give you anything to hurt you. I don't know what you would do, but I'm not putting anything in my body. So the answer is no. Oh, but come on, no. The answer is no. I did not. I did not want to. I did not. Okay. So don't think that, you gotta fit in and be in. You want to stand out because you want to be yourself and base yourself and your living and what you do on your self-worth. Because people who don't know their value will settle for less than they are worth. And that's sad. And that happens in relationships, when it comes to professions, as I said before, on the job, friendships, families, everywhere. Knowing your worth, but settling for someone else's definition of worth, that's not good at all. That's not good at all. So if you don't know what your self-worth is, now is a good time to sit down and figure that out. Figure it out. That's what you need to do. You have time. Sit down and figure it out. What is it that I'm basing my life off of? Am I making good decisions? What are my decisions based off? Am I basing my decisions off what I hear the guys talking about in the gym? Am I living my life based on what I hear at work, in the break room? Is it based on what I used to hear my mom and my dad teach me when I went to church? Deacons say, son, come here, let me talk to you. What are your values? What is your self-worth? If you don't know, sit down and try to figure it out. Because if you don't, that's just like you're going somewhere, but you're not sure where you're going. So you don't know where the road's going to lead you. It might lead you to a dead end in a neighborhood that you shouldn't be in, and you can't get out. So you need to know where you are going in life. You want to be the best that you can be. So you need to know some things. So get you some paper, tablet, on a computer, your phone, something, and sit down. Look up self-worth. Make sure you understand that what you believe inside, to know that those are your values and your self-worth, what you believe in, and that's what you want to make your decisions on. But write them down. If you don't have any, you need to talk with someone. That's why I'm here. You now make my email available. You can DM me or whatever. That's why we need mentors, coaches, and we need other men to reach out. We need people to help. We not only have young men that are in need of finding their self-worth, but we have mothers with sons that are struggling with these young men, so they need assistance as well. So we want to make sure that we are in the right place at the right time, and we are supporting. Just want to sit down. It makes me angry, but every time I go around on this street or that street, I see these young men hanging out on the corner. They're not doing anything. But what do you do when you pass by? Oh, I just passed by. Are you scared? No, I've known them all my life. Okay, so why don't you stop and talk to them? Maybe that's all they know. Maybe their parents struggle. They haven't taught them any better. They don't know any better. So that's what they're going to do. They don't have anything to do. Hey, I'm getting ready to go on this construction job. Man, come ride with me. You don't look like you're doing anything. Can have a conversation. And you might see, oh, okay, I can work with this young man. So you have reached out. You are talking with them every day, and they are learning a trade. A win-win situation. So that's what we can do. And then when we have our self-worth, we want to maintain our beliefs. Again, maintain your beliefs. Don't, let a bad day make you do something different. Like I said, I was going to throw that lollipop out the window. My baby said no. So she wasn't going to let that was her nana, make her be in a car that was littering, because she don't litter, right? And then don't allow others to interject the wrong things in your life. And I've said everything that I said today. So, make sure that you share this with someone, because I'm sure there's someone out there that needs to hear this. But there are differences between most people. Everybody is not the same. You have some people out there who love the life they have created for themselves, so they can get up. They're not on a job where they're not valued, so they're in the right place. They go to work happy. They come home happy. They're happy with their families. Not every day. I'm not saying every day, because every day is not going to be a good day. Things happen. Life happens. But they have worked to create a life, and they love that life. So that's a good thing. And then there's that other group of people. Those are the people who can't stand the life that they are living, because they have let circumstances, other people not knowing their self-worth, not knowing their values, making mistakes in life, and not realizing, just because I made a mistake, that doesn't mean I can't get up, brush myself off, and start again. It may take me a little longer to get back up there where I was, but I can do it. You can overcome your obstacles and mistakes. So which one are you? So I guess you say, what was the title all about? Which one are you? Are you going to be that person that is living the life that you've created and you enjoy living it? Are you going to be the person that can't stand or hate your life, and you just living a life that you don't know how you got where you are? Which one? Hey, it's up to you. You have a choice. And I think you'd be a whole lot better off if you choose today to have that life that you create, and you're in a happy place. Okay? So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed Which One Are You? Please share. Thank you for taking the time to come on here today. Please tune in this Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on every Saturday. Second Saturdays, we have the men on. Conversation with the men. You don't want to miss that. We call it the heartbeat of chats, because these are conversations that men need to have. So we have that every second Saturday, and then every fourth Saturday, it's Real Talk with Deborah and Anastasia. But every Saturday we're on here. Every Tuesday at 6:30, every Thursday at 6:30, and every Saturday at 9:30, all Eastern Standard Time. So I look forward to seeing you this Saturday. Make sure that you check out my website. It's www.buildyourbestlife.org. www.buildyourbestlife.org. On there, you can read my blog. I do a blog that comes out each Monday, every Monday. You read the blog. You can find out more about Build Your Best Life. You can find out more about me. You can see our calendar of events. We have already planned out our 4 large events for 2023. They're already out there on the calendar. You can check those out. Put them on your calendar. Get ready. You can also visit our store for the services that I offer, which is coaching, consultation, speaking, webinar speaking. As well, you can get a copy of my book, Build Your Best Life. Build Your Best Life. And this is the book. And it is a book about the principles that I teach. I teach basic principles to assist in overcoming obstacles and build your best life. And also in the back of the book, I have areas for you to work on your plan, for you to write down your goals, your bucket list. But it's a great book for our young people, for parents, educators, leaders, dads, moms, uncles, everyone. Because if you don't need the help, I'm sure there's someone in your life that you can assist. So if you visit that website, you can get a copy of the book. If you like Kindle version, you don't like paper anymore, you can go on Amazon.com and get the Kindle version. But I do have books in stock and get your autographed copy. So again, thank you so much for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. And Saturday again will be Time is Constant. As I prepare to close, I want to leave this thought with you. As you go along your busy way, your busy day, you may encounter a young man who has lost his way. Don't shake your head. Don't steady your pace. Stop. Reach out. Give the young man a helping hand. Do that. You'll feel so much better. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed, stay safe, and I will be looking for you Saturday. Bye-bye.